Raise your hand if you have ever cried while trying to homeschool your child. We all have, trust me. And today we're finally gonna talk about it. I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Community. You've got to have community. Whether you're in this for quarantine or for the long haul, you need to have support while you're homeschooling your kids. It is so important to talk with other moms about your struggles because, first of all, you realize you are not crazy, right? Like sometimes we feel like we are failing and we're losing our minds and we're the only ones. We're not. You guys, we're not the only ones. You start talking with a few mamas and you're going to realize they're crying too. We're all crying together. It's a universal cry. It's okay. It's normal. It really is. It happens. We get stressed. We get overwhelmed sometimes with homeschooling. Homeschooling can be really hard. And I think that anything that's worth doing and worth doing well is gonna be hard. It's gonna be challenging and you're gonna grow as a person and your kids are gonna grow through it. And it's a really good thing. But if we pretend like we're perfect at it right away and pretend like we have no struggles and never share those with other people, we are doomed. Doomed, I tell you. So today I am here to share some tips with you to help you get through the hard times of homeschooling because it's not an if, it's a when. When they're coming. They're coming, I promise. Tip number 1. Listen to your body. This is really important. When you feel stress, when you feel anxiety, when you feel irritated easily with your children and your husband or anybody else, there's something going on that you need to pay attention to. Our bodies were designed by God to speak to us in these ways, and they let us know when something is out of alignment, whenever our spirit is not right with God. Whenever we are not in the place that we're supposed to be, we have a really hard time pouring out to our kids because our own cup needs to be filled up. Sometimes when our body is stressed and feeling really angsty, we need to change something. Sometimes we have some emotions that we need to process through, and sometimes we need to get on our knees and have a really in-depth prayer session. So when your body is sending you these signals, just stop, breathe, and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? You might be surprised at the answer. Sometimes we think we're crying about math or reading or science or whatever it is. But actually, if we stop and ask ourselves, the answer might be, I feel like I'm not enough, or I feel unsupported, or I feel like I am being judged by other people because my child is maybe not up to where they should be. Ask yourself, you actually do know deep inside what it is already if you just stop and take a moment and listen to the answer. The truth is, none of us really cry about math. We don't. It's usually the culprit of our tears. Not gonna lie, math is difficult sometimes. But it's never about math. That's just not what it is. There is a layer underneath. There's an undercurrent there. Something is going on in your spirit that needs to be adjusted. So that was my first tip. Listen to your body. Here is my second tip. Take care of yourself. After you ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And you get an answer, take a minute, just stop and think about how can I address this? What can I do to help myself feel more supported? What can I do to address the insecurities that I'm having right now? Sometimes we need to ask for help. You know what? Actually, let me back up. Always we need to ask for help. I have yet to meet a homeschool mom who is really getting enough help. We tend to put the weight of the world on our shoulders and feel really guilty for ever thinking we need help. Ladies, this is not healthy. Let's stop doing this. We need to ask for help often. We need to ask for it kindly, and we need to receive it every single time that it's offered. We need more help. We need more community, and we need more support from the people around us in our life. If you are never getting kid-free time, let me just tell you that's a mistake. I lived like that for years. Please get date nights. Please hire a babysitter. Make it a priority in your budget to have a babysitter. Or if you really just can't afford it, really can't, trade it out with another family. You need some kid-free time. You need some time with your spouse alone. You need to have breaks sometime. You might need to hire somebody to come in and help you clean your house. You might need to hire maybe an older homeschool student within your local community to come be a mother's helper a couple of days a week. Because I can tell you for sure, if you are easily irritated with your children, you are overworked. You need help. Another really important way we take care of ourselves is getting enough rest and eating healthy and getting some vitamins, okay? Now, I didn't say that first because I feel like a lot of times mamas are just recommended supplements, like pile on the vitamins, when really they just need a good night's rest and a babysitter, and they would be okay. But vitamins are important. Eat healthy, drink plenty of water, get lots of rest, take care of yourself. We tend to just really focus on taking care of our children all the time, and we forget about ourselves entirely. Take a little bit of your budget and go buy something nice for yourself sometimes. You really need to value who you are as a person and fill up your cup by reading good books and spending time with good friends and laughing, and then you will have something to give to those little people who mean so much to you. Okay, so my third tip is make a change if you feel like you need to. Really pay attention to the way that your body feels about each piece of curriculum that you're using in your day, and even how your body feels about your schedule. Sit down and look at your schedule and just notice, is it making me feel really stressed out right now to look at how much we have to do this week? Maybe I need to streamline some things. Maybe I need to go minimalistic with our homeschool. Maybe this method of teaching is really not a good fit for me. I'm gonna link a video down below for you to take a quiz on what is the best method of homeschooling for you, because there's a good fit for different personalities. I said this in my minimalism video, but if you have a piece of curriculum that your kids aren't really retaining much from, and every time you pull it out, you're all kind of like, get rid of it. You could be spending your time better. Just don't feel like you have to do all the things to be successful. The quality of your time when you're teaching your children is much more important than the quantity of things that you're teaching them. My final tip is to spend some designated time in prayer about homeschooling. It really is important. You can do this during the summertime when you're prepping for your year and deciding what curriculum to use and all of those things about scheduling and so on. But also do this on a daily basis in the morning times, even if it's just a few minutes. Just spend some quiet time, maybe on your yoga mat, whatever you like to do during your prayer time, and talk to God and ask Him to just enlighten your heart during that day to what maybe needs to go and what needs to stay. Just get your spirit at a place of rest and peace before you start out. Because you know what? Your kids feed off your energy. And if you enter into your homeschool day so stressed out and frustrated and already feeling like you don't have enough time for anything, that's gonna be the rhythm of your entire day. And your kids are definitely going to feed that right back to you. They're gonna get stressed when you're stressed. They're gonna get angry when you're angry. So honestly, getting your own heart at a place of joy and peace and coming into the day like that, it's all gonna be fine. At least that's what I found for me. One of the really awesome things about homeschooling is that we can ask the Holy Spirit to direct us in everything. Spirit-led homeschooling is a real thing. My mom taught me that, and I think it's really cool that we have the freedom to do that and just to sort of navigate with the help of the Holy Spirit what each kid needs and what's gonna fill up each child and help them to learn in the most effective way, and also fill up our own cup as a mom. My homeschool journey has had its fair share of insecurities. There have been so many times when I've cried because I felt like I was not enough, or cried because I was failing my children in some way. Maybe I felt like I wasn't doing enough activities. Maybe I felt like my kids were behind academically. Maybe it was really hard for me to accept that one of my kids had a learning disability. Maybe I felt judgment from other people because my 7-year-old wasn't reading yet. Trust me, the only way I ever got resolution on all of these insecurities was getting on my knees and dealing with the heart issue. In case nobody has told you lately, let me just tell you, you are enough. I promise. You are more than enough. You need to surround yourself with people who remind you of that. You need to listen to good things, read good things, and feel proud of yourself every single day for how awesome you are. So when you're having a really hard homeschool day, take a breather. Turn on some worship music, play games with your kids. Just fill everybody's soul up a little bit. It's gonna be okay. That one day they missed school won't really matter once they're in college. I promise. I am gonna link some books down below that you really need to read if you're struggling, and I'll link some more videos that might be helpful. Click here to subscribe, and you can watch more videos related to this right here. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being amazing, because you are.